Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the show. It's your host, Stephen Schmidt, and here we interview the nation's leading real estate entrepreneurs and those that support the fine people doing real estate. And I got a cool one in the studio for you today, y'all. I got Rhiannon Reynolds. Rhiannon is like the wizard of operations, and that's quite fitting considering that her company is actually Ops Alchemy. So Rhiannon basically unscrews all of your processes as a business owner, because essentially you've got several different types of investors and agents. You got the people that are great at sales like myself, and then you got the people that are real analytical. But oftentimes, pretty much most of us have processes and systems that we don't even realize are there, and they're not the most efficient. And that's where Rhiannon comes in, and she helps us unscrew our processes. So we're going to get back at it like a back habit today. And thank you for joining us if you've been here second, third, or 100th time. Thanks if it's your first time. Where you've been at, by the way. You're going to get a ton of value out of the show. And just remember, before we get started, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, and real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their businesses so they can build the businesses they've always wanted in order to live the lives they've always dreamed of. With that being said, Rhiannon, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. I'm excited.
I'm glad you're here. We had a really incredible pre-show conversation, one of the longest I've had with anybody, just diving into business and all the nerdy stuff that we both like, and marketing and operations and all that kind of stuff. So Rhiannon, give us a little bit of a background. I mean, you've been in the operations side of real estate companies, at large companies, small companies, and everything in between. So what got you into the business originally, and how'd you get to where you're at today now with your own company?
So to be honest, I started out in the pharmacy industry, and
No kidding. She was a drug dealer, y'all.
I was a drug dealer. I was pushing pills legally.
I love it.
And
it's not as fun, but
no, it's not as fun, right? I moved back here to Northern Virginia, and my best friend had been in real estate. Her grandfather, one of the largest commercial real estate agents in our area for decades. And she said, "You're not going to make enough money working in pharmacy. You need to get in real estate." Oh, okay, fine. So I took this course. And I had to take that test like twice. I was like, this is ridiculous, right? And then watching her, I thought to myself, I don't really want to be an agent on that side, right? Like, I love the back end. And so I took a job on a medium-sized team. I started out as an assistant, a transaction coordinator, then became the listing manager. Then I started, growing and developing. I got into project management for a company in DC. I did that for a little while and thought to myself, good God, property management? No, thank you. Let me get back into real estate. So I joined a really big team in the area. And I started out in their client care department, doing quality control and whatnot, and then moved into handling the full listing department for 5 of their hubs in the area and in different states. And then I took on a couple other of their branches, like runner services and all these other things. So effectively, I'm one person doing the job of like um, three different folds into it. So from that, I thought to myself, God, I love this, right? Like,
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
I love to be on the back end to look at the bigger picture and say, hey, right, this system needs this, or we need to fix this type of workflow, right? Like the workflows for me are sexy, right? Like I like to see on the back end of it. So, and that was really like during like the high part of like the pandemic, right? It's very stressful. You know, you got all kinds of craziness with agents and stuff. But building like those backflows and teaching the agents about the back end, it's foreign, right? Like it's foreign to many of them. They're like, I need this, right? And I'm like, it's simple, right? Its simplicity is huge. A lot of people want to overcomplicate stuff in the back end. But for me, I love like simplicity. Anyways, so after being with that team for quite some time, I'm a huge people person, right? Like I love people speaks to me. I value people and relationships. And that just really wasn't a fit for me anymore. So I went to a smaller company, which I had the most amazing opportunities from that company in 2 years. And we worked part of Keller Williams International for a little bit and one of their side sections. Meeting different people and having the opportunity to work with so many different people, right, really gives you a broader like outlook on the types of agents and investors and stuff you'll work with. Knowing how to work with different people and how they work their back end and how messy everybody's back ends are, right, really was like a thought for me when I started my own company, because it's not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
I do, right, start with some templates, but just about everything for each of my agents is customized. They're all different. They all have different personalities. And I like quality over quantity. So I'm not a fit for everybody. And I do have a wait list. I've had a wait list before. And part of me thinks, do I want to continue to add more people to my team, right, so that I could serve more people? Maybe. Or do I just look to, continue to elevate the services that I have for each of the agents, right? And then to grow my business in that way as well. So maybe it's a combination of both.
Sure. So what do you prefer in all your experience now? Do you prefer working with agents or investors? What's your favorite?
Oh, you know what? That's a toss-up. I like investors sometimes, right? Like it depends. It depends what we're working on, like what project we're working on, right? Like for agents, I love when they want to do like events or they're actually really focused on growing in their area, right? The messaging comes out different. What I like about working with investors is I learn a lot more, right? Like I learn a lot more about how even to build my business on the back end. And some of the investors that I've worked with, they treat people amazing, right? And they value people, right? It's relationships. That's what I like about real estate too, though, as a whole. It's relationships. Investors also, they are much more entrepreneurial than a regular real estate agent is.
Yeah.
They are willing to take chances that agents aren't.
Sure.
Investors, they'll do the homework on a project they like, and they'll say, hey, this is what I want. And they'll come to you and say, how do you help me make this happen? Right? Is what I love about that. Whereas sometimes you get with agents, And agents are like, well, this is what I want and this is how I want you to do it, right? Like, and it's not always the case. What I love is investors, the mindset's maybe a little bit more visionary and gives you a little bit more reign.
Which is where somebody like you, which I think it'd be fair to say is like way more integrator in terms of your thinking style and execution style. That's a kind of a perfect blend for you, isn't it? When you
Yeah,
have that visionary, because then you're able to come and actually support that.
it is. It is. And I appreciate like that notice of that.
Yeah, 100%. That's ultimately, well, I mean, I notice it because I'm a hardcore visionary, and usually I need, like, my perfect business partner is the one that goes, I'm the one that goes, we can take over the world. And they look at me and they go, yeah, but have you thought about this, and this? And I'm like, yes, and I don't want to talk about it. Let's just go do it. Figure it out. Like, that's my perfect my perfect business partner. So I've had partners like that in the past, and we always work well together. It's kind of the yin to the yang, right? So
Right.
what's
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
what's the dream for you with this business? I mean, you've been in business 2 years now. Where are you headed?
That's a fair question. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And things have changed a little bit, right? Like I am mostly like 95% remote. And I want to take this and build off more of like my training and coaching for admin.
Hmm.
I'd like to be less operator and more facilitator, right? Like I'd like to teach more people to do what I do and do it well.
Hmm. Okay.
So for me, right, like I have been building a coaching program. I've been writing a book for admin, right? Like it's like operational magic. Um, that explains a lot of that, right? Like it's
Hmm.
mundane, it's mundane stuff I do, right? Like day in and day
Yeah.
out, and what most admin do. But having a passion and a fuel for it to do it well every day, do it the best that you can every day, and the results come, right? And then when you
Hmm.
see the results and then other people see the results, right? Like it continues to fuel that.
Yeah.
I'd like to teach that to other people.
Hmm.
Like somewhere there's a lost art of that has gone away, right? Like of good customer service. And I'm not saying bend over backwards and say yes to people all the time. I'm saying give them your best the first time so they don't come back and continue to ask for stuff.
Yeah. 100%. Because ultimately, if you give it all out there on the line, then you have to do. It's like in the construction space, right? Like the more you do the job the right way the first time, the less go backs you have, and sending your crew back out there to fix things.
Absolutely, right? Like absolutely. So for me, it's really expanding into the teaching others how to do what I do, like you mentoring and coaching for that.
Yeah, 100%. Have you ever? Do you know who Cameron Harold is by any chance?
I do not.
Okay, he's basically the guy behind 1-800 Junk. He's got a really great mastermind for COOs because he noticed the need that there's like everything for the CEO,
Hmm.
um, YPO, Vision Alliance, you know, whatever other things that are out there for them. Some of the more popular one, but he started the COO Alliance. A good friend of mine just interviewed him on his podcast. It's a fascinating episode to me because my brain works the complete opposite of how y'all's works. Like I'm just give me all the people and let me talk to them all day long. Like I'll do that. Admin, what's that?
Right. Right.
So I'll have someone else do that.
Right. And
It's my
that's someone
favorite
else.
word. Oh, I'm gonna delegate that.
Right? And I'm not someone else. And that's what I love. Because, right, like perfect example, I've got an agent who's doing an event. And she just said, "This is how I'd like this. Can you make this happen?" And I'm like, "Sure, great. You give me 2 weeks for it, right?" So like
Sure.
I'm doing all this stuff in the background, and she's like, "Well, how'd you do this?" And I said, well, if I tell you, then it's just gonna overwhelm you. You just do what you do. You just show up and you just talk to people.
Mm,
Let me do all of your inviting and all of your other stuff and updating your database in the process, right? Also,
right.
same thing like transaction coordination, right? The workflows. Right? Even
Mm,
investors need workflows, right? They get these deals, they need people to help manage the deal in the back end and
right.
then have them come out looking like the rock star, right? Like I think that's the other part of value that I have too is I'm not in the back end saying, "Hey, look at me." It's more,
Mm,
"Hey, look at my investor. Hey, look at my agent," right? Like they have a quiet team support in the back. I don't need that, look, I've done this.
mm.
I think that's also comes from like mastery, right? Like not ego in that part, right? So I know what I do well and I don't need to go out and say, "Hey, I do this well," right? That focus stays on the investor and the agent to keep that relationship.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Mm. What's I'll ask that question later. With your coaching versus business, like how much of each do you see? Because those are two completely different verticals, related but completely different verticals. So how much do you see of yourself coaching in the future versus running your company?
So I would say in the next 3 to 5 years, I'd like to be fully removed from the day to day in the business, right? And coaching and teaching people how I went from that, right? Like
Yeah.
what that transition looks like, to build the systems and hire people who can do what I do and not, I don't have to micromanage. I don't have to look into that, right? Like, because I've personally trained them, I've helped them build this system, we've perfected it, and then get out of it. And I could teach
Mm.
people how to do that. So I would say, like, 3 to 5 years, like, I don't plan to be operator in my own business.
Yeah, 100%. So, favorite book on operations
Mm.
that I'm not going to go read. I'm
Say that.
kidding. Kind of not.
I don't have a favorite book on operations. And you know why?
Why?
There's not enough good books out there
Mm,
for operations, and that's why I started writing my own.
mm, interesting.
So I've read, and I've got books here, I've got books there, I've got books in every single room in my house, right? Like reading, huge, right? Every year I set a goal. Um, I don't find one book that encompasses everything for operations, right?
Mm,
So many different types of books. You got people write books on flow, right? The flow in the back end, and it's all woo woo. No, it's not all woo woo, right? Like, but then people talk about systems, but then they don't talk about like, for me, right? Operational alchemy, right? Like the magic behind it is the flows and your mindset. Because, like I said, right, like it's mundane, right? Like I wake up every day and I look and I'm like, oh, all right, great. All right, this is what we've got to do today. And then I've got some different things, right? I end up on a fancy podcast, right? Like all these things, right? But like going through to elevate it. And how can I look at that system one day on a Monday and then Thursday say, hey, let me make this improvement? What's going to make this better? What is going to make a difference for the agent or investor or the lender or whoever I'm working with on the other side, right? Like what is going to improve that? And they aren't going to notice what I do in the back end, but they are going to feel the effect of that improvement. right? So for me, I don't have a specific operational book, but I have read I've read a large portion of books, real estate wise, leadership wise, administrative wise, right? Like time management, all of these things, right? So I haven't found a book that I could say is the Holy Grail. So I'm writing my own Holy Grail.
Love that. So your book is your favorite book on operations?
It's going to be yes. It is. It is. Unfortunately, I've got a good friend who's a broker, and he is editing my book. He was actually a journalist, and so I know quite a few people. I'm quiet, right? Like I guess what I'm taking from this is I need to be much louder about certain things, and because I know what I do in the background, and I know that I'm damn good at what I do, right? Like, and so I'm just not one to get out there and like sell it. But I do know that what I do works. I have seen it. I've grown agents who were doing, average amount of deals, 20, 25 deals, regular agents, and we implement some things, right? They release the reins, implement a few things, and then now their business has almost doubled in the past year. For consistent stuff, right? Like having a system, doing client events, sending client mailings, all of these things, right? Like that have to be done. Like I have seen it, I've watched it, I've lived it, and it's in the testimonies. So
Yeah.
for me, that's, kind of where I'm at.
Well, Rhiannon, where can these fine folks find you, connect with you for more? Where should they go for that?
So I am on IG, Ops Alchemy. And you can find me on my website, opsalchemy.org. I serve DC metro area. However, I have worked in many other different states too. So,
what's the furthest you go out?
well, I used to handle contracts out in California. So I would say.
So you're everywhere.
I am everywhere.
Awesome.
When that book drops, I really will be everywhere.
You bet, 100%. Well, Rhiannon, we appreciate you coming on here, sharing your story, and we're looking forward to your continued success. And for those of you that got a back end that's messed up, now you know who to call. Thanks again for being here. I hope you guys got a ton of value out of this, and I'm sure you did. And we'll see y'all in the next episode. See ya.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.